There are 7 specific behaviors that give you away, 7 things that instantly communicate neediness, insecurity, or low status. And the highest earning, most influential people in any room, in any situation, they've eliminated every single one of these. Plus, I'm giving you a bonus number 8 at the end that most people completely miss, and it's probably the one that you're doing right now. I'm Gio. I've closed over £1 billion in sales, calling some of the wealthiest people on earth, and I'm going to show you the 7 behaviors that are killing your deals right now. And wait until you see number 3. That one's really going to piss you off because you're probably doing it every single day. Sign number 1, talking up to them. Think about the last time you got on a call with someone wealthy. What did you call them? Did you say, yes, Mr. Smith, no, Mr. Smith, 3 bags full, Mr. Smith? You're talking up to them like they're better than you. They're not. Everyone is equal in my eyes. And in fact, you could argue that you're above them because you have an understanding of something that can add value to their situation. But here's what I see every single day. Salespeople calling someone sir, calling them madam, using their last name like they're royalty. And you know what happens? They walk all over you because the human brain is wired to respect people who treat them as equals. And when you talk up to someone, you're signaling that you're beneath them. And the moment you do that, they stop listening to you as an authority and start listening to you as a servant. So what do you do instead? Call them by their first name. Not Mr. Smith, John. Not Sir, Michael. Treat them as an equal and you'll get more respect than if you talk up to them. Because when you talk up to them, you've already positioned yourself as someone who takes orders, not someone who gives advice worth following. You've seen this happen, right? Sign number 2. And this one's subtle but deadly. Your tone goes up at the end of every sentence. How are you? Voice is going up. You sound like you're working in retail. You don't sound like somebody who should be respected. So when your tone goes up at the end of a sentence, it signals insecurity. And it's normally coupled with a question, not a statement. And people who ask too many questions are not people to be followed. They're people there to serve. Think about it. When was the last time you heard a CEO or a surgeon or a top lawyer end a sentence like they were asking for permission? They haven't. Because authority doesn't ask. Authority states. So instead, your tone goes down at the end of a sentence, not up. How are you? Not, how are you? It's a statement, not a question. That one shift, tone down instead of tone up, changes how they perceive you instantly. Don't forget that one. Try it. It makes a huge difference. All right, sign number 3. By the way, wait till I get to number 5. You're not going to believe what number 5 is. But anyway, number 3 first. Dancing to their timeline. You're on a call. They say I've only got 30 minutes. What do most people do? They panic, they speed up, they try to cram everything into 30 minutes because that's what the prospect said they have. Big mistake. Here's what you should do. They say I've got 30 minutes. You say, I'll be tired of the sound of my own voice by then. Let's get this done in 20. Watch what happens. I bet you they'll stay for an hour pretty much every single time because when they say they only have 30 minutes, what they're really saying is, I'm not sure if you're worth my time yet. So you take control. You tell them how long it takes, not the other way around. Here's another one. You're on a call and they say, just tell me quickly what this is all about. Don't ever fall for it. Instead, say this. It would do you and I a disservice to tell you in 2 minutes what should really take 10 and then hang up the phone. Because 100% of the time, I promise you, they will say, no, just tell me roughly what it's all about. And if you fall for that, you're in the exact trap you were trying to avoid in the first place. Think about it this way. If they're in a meeting, it's polite to leave. It's not polite to continue talking for just another 2 minutes. They can't have it both ways. So hang up and they will take your call the next time. Every single time. Why does this work? Because you just demonstrated that your time is as valuable as theirs. And people respect what's scarce. You with me? Sign number 4, and this one really pisses me off. Filler words like you know, so, and the scourge of the modern say salesperson is like. That one's got to be the worst. But all of them do damage. Here's what's happening. When you use filler words, your brain is processing what to say while you're already talking. And the other person's brain registers that as uncertainty, as a lack of preparation, as someone who doesn't know what they're talking about. So what should you do instead? Figure out what your sentence is going to be before you start it. Or don't start it at all. Now, an occasional to signal thoughtfulness or just to add authenticity, there's nothing wrong with that. But 5 likes in every sentence will make them lose respect for you quicker than you know. So slow down, think, then speak. Don't think while you're speaking. All right, I promise you number 5 would be a good one. Here it is. Inauthentic reactions and tone. Someone says, I need to think about it. You say, fabulous. You've instantly lost. You sound like a fucking idiot. A busy little salesy person full of sparkles and twinkle who doesn't really have any substance. React to what they say appropriately. If they say I need to think about it, don't say fabulous. Say of course. And then ask a leading question. Authentic, real, not performative. Here's another one. Don't try and adopt a tone to be on their level that isn't believable and authentically you. There's nothing wrong with having a telephone voice, but when it starts to sound fake, don't expect them to take you seriously. So instead, match your reaction to what they actually said. If it's good news, react positively. If it's neutral, stay neutral. If it's a challenge, get curious, but don't perform. Don't sparkle. Don't fabulous your way through a call, because the moment you do, they've stopped listening to you as a credible advisor and started listening to you as entertainment. And you're not there to fucking entertain. You're there to close deals. By the way, don't forget there's a bonus number 8 at the end, the incomplete question mistake that's killing more deals than probably all of these others combined. So stick around for that one. But before we do number 6, applying what you think is expensive to what they find expensive. You're on 50 grand a year. They're on 50 million a year. They're used to spending literally 100 times what you spend. So just because you think 50 grand on a watch is a lot of money doesn't mean they do. Right? I see this all the time. Salespeople flinch when they quote a big number, apologize for the price, and soften it with, I know it's a lot, but stop doing that. When you get used to the fact that their numbers are larger than yours, you can treat those numbers just the same as you would treat your own. And that lack of worry, concern, and belief that those numbers are possible will help you close more deals and convince more people. So instead, say the number like it's nothing, because to them, to be honest, it is. The investment is 200 grand. Not the investment is 200 grand. I know it's a lot, but state the fucking number, then shut up. Because if you don't believe the number is reasonable, why should they? Number 7, the best for last. Fidgeting, rocking in your chair, fiddling with your pen, eating your pen, looking in the wrong places. All of this is signaling more than what your words could ever signal. Think of it this way. Your body language control is how you don't lose the game, and your words are winning the game. You first need to learn how not to lose before you can learn to win. If your words are good but your body language is bad, you can't win. You'll let in more goals than you score. So first, stop fidgeting and stay in a neutral position. First, learn how not to lose, and then focus on your words and tone and questioning in order to win the match. A simple way of creating good body language, just try to keep everything compact. I don't mean shoulders forward, chin down, but just try to remain neutral. Don't wave your hands in the air like some demented axe murderer. If you have to, cross your hands together, and only when it feels absolutely necessary, use them for emphasis. One intentional movement communicates more than 10 nervous fidgets ever could. So reduce unnecessary movement, be still, be present. Stillness communicates certainty, and certainty is where influence lives. All right, there's your 7 behaviors. Number 1, talking up to them. Call them by their first name, treat them as an equal. Number 2, your tone goes up at the end of a sentence. Make it go down. Make it a statement, not a question. Number 3, dancing to their timeline. You control how long it takes, not them. Number 4, filler words. Figure out where your sentence is going before you start, or don't start it at all. Number 5, inauthentic reactions in tone. React appropriately. Don't perform and don't ignore what they're saying. Number 6, applying your expense levels to theirs. Their numbers are bigger than yours. Treat them like it's nothing. Number 7, fidgeting and nervous movements. Be still, be present. Stillness communicates certainty. Every single one of these has the same root. You're in the conversation attached to the outcome. You need something from them more than they need something from you. And the moment you flip that, the moment you show up genuinely curious about the situation, genuinely interested in what they think and feel, these 7 behaviors disappear. Not because you forced them to no longer exist, but because you no longer need them. Now here's the bonus number 8. Not asking direct, complete questions. An incomplete question sounds like, so do you think you might be up for that? Or, that's not a complete question, and it makes you sound like an idiot. How do you feel about what I've just shown you? Is not as powerful as, are you going to do it, yes or no? Get in the habit of asking direct, complete questions. They're scary, but they're far more effective than dancing around the issue, and it's far more scary than never closing any fucking deals, because dancing around the issue isn't going to lead them to respecting you. So ask the direct question. Are you going to do it, yes or no? Not, do you think you might be interested in potentially exploring this? Direct, complete, confident. So what's the next step? Go ahead and subscribe, obviously. I'm putting out content like this every single week. I'm also launching the Geo Method Cold Calling Masterclass on May the 31st. 40 modules, everything I've learned, closing over $1 billion in sales, all of which came from cold calling, by the way. So if you want early access to the waitlist, grab the free briefing, the high status close in the link in the description, and you'll be on the waiting list, and I'll see you next time.